in Texas. So let's cook, man. Y'all ready to cook? So, just to give an overview of what's really taking place here, went live a few weeks ago to respond to the ignorance, the corruption, the disruption, the confusion that's taking place at Wilder University. I've seen students be attacked, be retaliated against, being harassed, provoked, lied on, their education being disrupted by individuals who should be protecting them, those in administration. I named a few people. It was President Felton. It was Dr. Danny Brooks. It was Dean Tanisha Cousby, former Dean Tanisha Cousby, Michelle Edwards, and I named Miss Amazon, to name a few. And so I'm back again today to continue with the advocacy of my efforts in defending the students and the staff who can't speak up for themselves, who are too afraid, who can speak up for themselves, but in my opinion, some are too afraid to. Because one thing that Harriet Tubman said when she was asked, how many slaves did you free? And she said, hundreds. And I would have freed more had they known they were slaves. So in some cases, this is what's actually taking place now. And let me continue to say, I'm not mad, I'm not upset, nor am I angry. But what I am is over students being oppressed for being in a space where they should be protected, being in a space where they should be safe from ridicule, discrimination, or even retaliation. So I was just over it. I was over it. I'm over it. Still over it. And I, for one, am not going to take it anymore until things happen. Okay? So what's on the menu today? Today we have Brother Tyvon Allen, who's a graduate and alumnus of Wilder University, but I'm going to allow him to tell his story. But before we tell this story, we got some more shit to cook up. Damn. No, that ain't it. Hold on, y'all. So I did the overview. So let's talk about who we want to talk about. We got a gusher, Edwards. But let's sanitize the room before we bring this big thing. Now let me say, I ain't never one to tear anybody down, especially women. But I'm going to advise you to stay in your place, right? You had no right being in a building. Well, you could be in a building, but you had no right to go back and say, well, Mr. Hodge is here, Mr. Hodge is here. There's a professional side of a person that says, I shouldn't get involved in that because I'm here to help students. I'm here to be here for students. I'm here to represent this organization to the best of my ability, but you came with evil intent. I don't know if that's your core, nor do I care, but when it comes to certain things and people telling you to sway a certain way, there's a level of ethics or a foundation of ethics that one should have that you should have said, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here for the students. I know that the students love Mr. Hodge, or he's a part of Phi Beta Sigma. Let them have it, but you chose to participate in something that was negative. So you fair game too at this point. Yes, BK. Yes, Burger King. Yes, Big Red. You're fair game too at this point. You haven't succeeded at nothing since you've been at Wilder University. And I say this, and I just found out, not only did you leave James downtown, you left two students downtown with James, two new students downtown with James after you took him down there. And James had to be the responsible party to get him and said students back after you said, you're from Marshall. Find your way back. So now your title is Assistant Vice President of Student Success, Enrollment Management, and Strategic Retention. How can you be over student access when you leaving students downtown? How can you be over retention when people would leave because of your behavior? How can you be over enrollment management when you don't give a fuck about students having access to being retained? You are ridiculous. And the founders and the ancestors of Wiley are not pleased with you. So you weren't a good hire. You should not be retained and you should not be at AVP with 5 months. Once again, I ask, who do you know? Who do you know? It ain't God. I know that much. God forgive me if she do know. Let's go with the next one. I had to make up my pot, y'all, because I got some stuff to cook. But I want to talk about Cousby. Oh Lord, rotisserie is on the menu. Cousby, although I don't have empathy, sympathy, or nothing for you, I do feel that they did you wrong. Girl, they let you get through all the work you did through homecoming. All the work you did through homecoming and everything else. You thought you were the shit. Once again, I told you were the help, baby. You were the help. And they let you go right after you did all that shit. That's some cold-hearted stuff. And you sitting back being quiet and being, I guess, I don't know if they paid you off to shut the fuck up, but you just being quiet and docile when you should tell your story. Like I said, what I'm doing and compared to what you could possibly do, because I'm sure you got all the receipts, the text messages where you and Brooks exchanged and where y'all talked about students and everything like that. Yeah, you talked about them. I was a witness to you all talking about them. Yeah. But once again, I say, I don't think you're that bad. I think that the city battery that was placed in Brooks' back was placed in yours too. Yeah, allegedly you have sticky fingers from other universities, and I think allegedly those sticky fingers transcended during your time at Wiley too. Because like I say, all these charges start popping up everywhere and things like that. But girl, get yourself together. Tell your story. Come out of hiding, okay? Come out of hiding. Tell your story. They did you wrong. They did you wrong. And then I told you, you thought you found it you found it a bragging point, or a rites of passage, or a medal. You put a medal on your back to say, I worked 44 days straight. I came at 8 o'clock. I left at 10:30. You dummy. Nobody should have. That boy, film boy, Warhawk, or whatever his name is, came here and said, when I asked him about work-life balance, he said, no, it should be work-life integration or some shit like that. You twit. It should work-life balance. Your life should not be surrounded by work, because remember, you're a person. You say you have dreams, you have goals, you have a family, you have life outside of work, but you're there 24/7, 365 causing chaos. Probably because your life too is chaos. But my thoughts and prayers are with you, and yeah, till we meet again. So Amazon. I don't know if you recall the story of Caesar and Brutus. But Caesar uttered these words when Brutus stabbed his ass in the back. He said, "Et tu, Brute?" Meaning, you too, Brutus? When he was gutting Caesar. And I'm saying, you should be saying, "Et tu, Brooks?" Because Brooks can give a damn about you in that position. She don't want to see you doing better than she did in that position. So if you are going to her, seeking recommendations, seeking advice, seeking dates, seeking whatever, how she would handle certain things, then you should not believe any word she say, because the demon in her, the devil in her, will not allow you to be more successful or even successful in that position. It wouldn't. It would disturb her tremendously to see you succeed. So if you're going to her, stop it. Stop it right now. And I think, like I say, with coaching and under the right guidance and prayer, and even getting students on the advising team to see it's actually what they want. You could do well, but if you are going to Brooks for advice, then you setting yourself up for failure. Point blank. Period. Okay. Now, let's talk about. Say that one for later. There's just so much, y'all. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. See, that was Amazon. I got the cross by her because Amazon is good people. She got a good heart. Good heart. So we're going to keep her lifted in prayer. Amazon is one of the good ones, but hopefully she won't go to what Brooks says, because Brooks ain't good for nothing. Ain't good for shit. Which leads us to our next point. Danny. Why are you so mad? Who hurt you? I mean, come on. Who hurt you? You so mad you project that on everybody else, Danny. You project that on everybody else. Why are you so dang mad? You know, y'all see my artwork. She took her real hair out. That's how long her hair is, right there. In the eyebrow. Okay. When you were forced to step away from student development and switched over to student enrollment, you were not supposed to have access to students, correct? So, looking at Miss Big Red's, BK's, 5X's, I wear fitted sheets for coats. Looking at her title the other day, which stated AVP of Student Success, Student Access, Enrollment Management, and Strategic Retention, utilizing deductive reasoning, you are the vice president of Student Access, Enrollment Management, and Strategic Retention. So you still have access to students who you oppress, retaliate against, harass, set up, which should is just smoke. It's just a smoke screen for still allowing you to fuck up shit that you fucked up in the first place. You are a horrible person. And I hope the students and the faculty or whomever don't fall for the smoke or the banana in the tailpipe, because that's exactly what's taking place. The banana in the tailpipe. How dare you talk about the young ladies that you talked about on the recording? And yes, I recorded your ass. Talk about the young men that you talked about. And still want to have access to students. You should not. First of all, you should resign. Secondly, you should not even be. Well, you should not even be at Wiley nor work it. You should change fields. Go into customer service somewhere. I mean, not customer service. Go to shipping and handling or something. But you don't need to be working with students, because you're horrible and you're a liar, a big liar, and a fraud. Because all of a sudden, okay, let's map stuff out. Coach Kobe. Coach Kobe, it becomes the athletic director, right? All of a sudden, she started having things start getting a spotlight on them from your area, because in terms of her area, right? Constantly. Then all of a sudden, she gets let go. Your husband, who's volunteers as the image consultant, I ain't never heard of that shit. Image consultant, and once again, he cool cat. But we gonna call a thing. Image consultant for the fucking basketball team. What they need you for? And they got a good set of brothers over there. They don't need him. Then all of a sudden, he becomes the assistant athletic director. Strategic move on your part for him. Now, I never seen the comic book, but I had somebody read it to me what it was, and from my vantage point and the way things happen, they are setting Gonzalez up for the okie doke so your husband could take his place. I can see that happening, because that's how manipulative and soulless that you are. you're soulless and corrupt. And here's the thing, and I'm off her. Here's the thing. I'm a grown ass man. I'm an open book. If you want to know anything about me, you can ask me and I'll tell you the truth, because I don't have to answer to nobody but the good Lord above, right? So my number hadn't changed. It ain't changed. It's going to stay the same. So Bradley, Tasha, Tisha, whatever your name is, Bradley, the COO of the school, why you calling around asking people that you know me about me? Do they have anything on me? You are ridiculous. You are ridiculous. What would make you think that I have something that I'm ashamed that I've done or have done that I ain't done nothing? That I won't tell you that I done? Call me. Instead of calling people that you know me. You are ridiculous. And I don't see how the esteemed, the beautiful, the phenomenal women of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, it must have been a charity case or something. How they let you in? How? But salute to them. If they thought you were a good choice, so be it. But what I know, you're not. You're not. Okay, moving on. Tavon, are you here?